Alrighty then, I practiced that one today. Welcome back to the Apollo Racing Club. Welcome back to F4 Division. I am Secret, and I am joined by Biggles.
Yes, you woke me up with that one, my friend. I hope you woke everybody else up in the neighborhood. Hope you woke everybody else up where this track is in Sebring. Where is it, by the way? I actually do not know where this track is located on this planet.
It's in the States somewhere.
It's in the States.
That's
okay,
all I know.
Yeah, there it is.
That's all I know about it. It is one of the jewels of this calendar. It's one of the jewels of the endurance calendar. I actually raced it with the boys a little while ago, back when the 12-hour was happening, and it's a bit of a it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. Although I was running that in LMP2s, not F4 cars. But I think it actually ends up being roughly the same pace, if I remember correctly. I actually can't remember what lap times I was running. But yeah, this track is it's definitely something. Don't touch the curbs because they'll kill you. But there's some that you have to absolutely eat up. Don't touch other cars because you'll kill yourself. And it's just a thought and a prayer. So going into this round, this is a one race event, right? So as last week there was a feature race and a sprint race. This week, one race, 45 minutes after the 15-minute qualifying. No shenanigans. You qualify in pole. You start first. And it's going to be a longer one tonight. Well, at least in terms of race. It's truly going to be endurance because it's 45 minutes. A lap here is around 2 minutes. So we're going to be expecting to see upwards of around 22, 23 laps probably. And, well, Biggles, actually, why don't you bring us through the standings if you have that up?
I don't have the standings up, unfortunately, to show everybody on the screen, so you'll just have to mention it. Yeah.
Aw, dang. So. Okay, well, these standings as we stand... See what I did there? Right now. So, it is Ethan Lamp in P1 of the championship by a whole 70 points over Aiden Aquino, who is on 201. So 271 to 201 after only 5 races. And there's only 6 to go, Biggles, including this one. Actually, there's 7 to go, my bad. So when we get done tonight, that will be the halfway point of the season. So, Ethan, Aiden, and in third place, it is Derek Stack on 179. But it is a close battle for third place, let me tell you, Biggles. 179, King and Scott's on 173, and Tommy Lee Cogan's on 172. That is definitely going to shake up tonight because that is just way too close for anyone's comfort. And then down in 6th, we got Jake Jackson. Max Ducklow is in 7th, a further 5 points behind Jake, 158, 153. Will Weisbrod is on 142, and then you got Eric Anescu on 132, and then Jack Hedgecox on 122. That's your top 10 in the standings. Pretty low turnout again for the race tonight. We only have, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 racers. There's one guy not being scored. That's me. Again, iRacing it. Let me just join as a spectator for some reason. But doesn't matter. We're going, yeah, let's do this. 15-minute qualifying, Biggles. Who do you like?
Championship leader's not here today as well.
Yeah. So, chance for this championship to actually get blown wide open as Derek Stack in that purple magic car. That kind of reminds me of a W Series car. Is the first out on track, I do believe. No, Max Ducklow was actually first out on track in that red machine. So the 99 is going to bring us around our first little outlap of Sebring. So from what I remember at this track, qualifying is not really important because anybody could spin ahead of you. And especially now that we don't have the championship leader who's been oh so dominant so far this season, it truly is anyone's game. So Biggles, who do you like for pole position?
I'm going Will, our friendly engineer out there.
Our Mr. IndyCar engineer?
Our Mr. IndyCar engineer, of course. So I believe, he knows how to fix these cars. He knows how to time them and the telemetry and all that jazz. So I believe he can actually drive them as well. So that's my man I'd have to pick at the moment, especially with our championship leader not here today. And also Keegan not here as well. So we know that Keegan that puts this trip on, I think, has got some family matter or something at the moment. So, yeah, he can't be also here racing. So, yeah, who do you picking there out there, Secret?
Me? You know what? I'm going to be lame. I like Aiden. Second place in the championship. He was the only guy anywhere near where Ethan was last round out in mid-Ohio. I think Aiden, Sebring truly is it really is a driver's track. I mean, Mid-Ohio was very cautious, but he was able to wring the neck. I definitely think these almost more technical but less challenging, I guess you could say, surface of Sebring will do wonders for the man in the number 10 car. But Max Ducklow in the 99 is going to be the first to cross the line and start a flying lap here in qualifying. It's almost took 3 minutes to get the outlaps done. But we're running down into turn 1 now. So turn 1 is very, very wide. It's hard to hit the apex, but there's a cone that sticks out of the wall, so you can hit it almost perfectly. And you have to let yourself ride out, but don't go too far. Really easy to get off track. Turn 2 and 3 is almost the exact same as turns 4 and 5, except turn 4 and 5 is a little bit sharper. You ideally want to take a bit more of a wide line on the entry into turn 5, but he didn't there, but that's okay. He still carried the speed quite nicely, and down into what is probably the second best overtaking opportunity on the track, the hairpin of turn 6 or 7, I believe this is. You want to, it looks like it should be a late apex, but you actually want to hug yourself all the way around because it gains you so much lap time, surprisingly, because you don't actually have much time to get a run for down into this little S section right here, which actually goes into the second hairpin, and this one's actually probably a better overtaking opportunity, simply because if you can stick your nose down the inside, the car on the outside has to do some very cautious footwork to not spin on those curves which stick out at you. Into this turn here now, this is actually kind of similar to the last turn, except it opens up a little bit more and you're getting flung into the real S section. Now this S section is about pure commitment. It's flat out over that curb, get a good line to go flat out over this curb as well, get to the left side of the track, break it about the second cone, and you want to eat a lot of curves here. He wasn't there, or at least he wanted to eat a lot of curves in the LMP2 cars. I don't know if you quite can in the F4, but what you saw there, going very wide on the entry into what is actually the penultimate turn of the lap. It will gain you lots of speed going down the straight. You're getting every bit of it. It's the second longest straight on the course. Actually, I think it's the longest straight on the course, my bad. And it sends you into the very bumpy, famous, or I should say infamous last turn here at Sebring, where, well, I mean, there's about 17 different apexes, and all of them are invisible, and you're probably only going to hit them twice throughout the entire race, and it's going to be Max Ducklow across the line first, and he does a 204.2, well, 204. Very simple lap time. Derek Stack is second across the line, and it looks like he goes about a second slower. Oh, it looks like there's almost a battle actually happening behind on this qualifying lap here. So Will Weisbrodel will cross the line, and he goes second place, only 0.03 of a second off of Max Ducklow. Brock Whiteman and Jake Jackson went into third and fourth with laps 0.4 apart, as we actually saw the 13 of Jake Jackson going very wide off the track. Tommy Lee Cogan's going to be next across the line in the Kraft Dinner car. I always like that car. It looks nice to me. But doesn't get a lap, so probably invalidated. Now we got John Krauser. And Krauser goes slowest of all with a 205.438. So Krauser maybe struggling a little bit. And then we got Gary Cawley, who's in a Red Bull livery car. Looks actually quite nice, Biggles. What are your thoughts on the darkened Red Bull this year?
Yeah, not bad at all. Certainly if your name's Max and you're driving it too.
True.
Wouldn't be too bad at all. Absolutely. Let's have a look.
I mean, I personally would rather a red car, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty nice. It looks really rather nice. So I believe that's the opening salvo of flying laps out of the way. Actually, no, Aiden Aquino was actually on a flying lap in the Alpine livery car. But he went into the gravel, or he went over the curb, got stuck. That might be a little bit of floor damage, because these F4 cars very low to the ground and very easy to damage the floor. It was easy enough to damage the floor in the LMP2s. And so maybe, and Aiden goes onto the grass too, so maybe feeling some effects of some missing downforce. Might have to come to the pits, use a quick repair, get back out there on some fresh tires. Only 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in qualifying, so halfway done almost already. And only half the field has a lap on the board.
And that'll explain, won't it, too? That's a good one to ask. So you do have to use a quick repair in your qualifying session, or do you have unlimited quick repairs?
You only have one quick repair each session. You get one quick repair. So you get one during qualifying and one during the race. When I believe, Biggles, I wouldn't be surprised if half the field needs to take a quick repair here at Sebring during this feature race. It's a long race, 45 minutes. And yeah, it's just staying in the race is probably going to grab you a top 10, so it's every little bit of worth it.
Guess who just got the current pole position? My man that I picked at the moment, the old Willstar in the pink car.
Yeah, Will's been flying.
It's got a bit of traffic at the road, becoming another one. Look at that rear end sliding out.
In Biggles.
Sorry? Yeah.
Tommy Lee Kogan goes faster.
Oh, Tommy. Let's have a look if that traffic's going to help at all. Will up the road there. If we can get a nice tow, actually.
Look at that. I am technically fastest of everybody who hasn't set a lap yet. I'm faster than Aiden. All right, so Aiden's starting his flying lap now for real this time. Hopefully he doesn't go into the grass at the exit of turn 5 this time around. So let's see, does he hit the turn 1 apex? Hits it nice enough. How far out is he going to go? Using all the track. That was a very, very neat and tidy turn 1 from the number 10 of Aiden Aquino. Turn 2 and 3, taking a very good line. Not really losing it at all. Turn 4 and 5. Doesn't go wide over the curb that time. Actually did it well. So a very, very clean first sector from Aiden Aquino, but he has to go down to the hairpin now, and it's so easy to lock the brakes because the fronts got so hot, but then they cool down that long straight. So braking at the 3 cone and taking it nicely, not cutting over the grass this time, taking a little bit of grass, but you can get away with it. And now going to go down this very curved section to what I've kind of called it. I say there's 3 hairpins on this track. I've kind of dubbed them hairpins 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what they're actually called, but I personally consider this the second hairpin just because of the nature of it is. That curb right there, by the way, Biggles, that curb, you saw him clip over it, yeah? Yeah. It is so dangerous to go over that curb. If you take a little bit too much of it, or if you're on a little bit too much of the throttle, it will send you right around, and you're going to be, or you'll at least going to have to fight the car the entire way down into the 3rd hairpin. It's just not a fun time. But yeah, so through the S's now, braking very late, taking any curb? No, okay, so you can't take too much curb in these cars by the looks of things. But, ooh, getting a little bit loose through the second to last turn, getting onto the grass as well. So trying to use every single bit of track that he can. I don't know if that gave him an off track.
Yeah, no. But well, maybe.
It didn't give, we'll see. He's got one last quarter to go. The last one here at Sebring. Where's the apex? Let's see if Aiden can find it. Wide entry. Late apex by the looks. Okay, taking a wider line on the exit to build up some speed. Aiden Aquino across the line. This is the man I said is going to be on pole. What's it going to be? P4. 204.348. So, again, 0.8 of a second off of Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee Kogan absolutely flying at the front. Actually, never mind. Yeah. Never mind. Will's actually only a 100th of a second behind him.
Yeah, he's increasing.
See that, Biggles?
Yes, I do. So, yeah. Just see that Red Bull driver can put all the time into of Gary. That's the 22 car that we're on right now. We're calling the Red Bull, of course, as Red Bull livery.
True. We are F1 fans over here.
Yet to see a time on the board.
You don't think we'll get a cease and desist from F1 for calling it a Red Bull, right?
No. No. They're not going to pay attention. No. They can't even pay attention to fixing their own game. Actually, it's not there.
Well, we don't know, actually. The new game might be... Oh, very close to the wall there. Yeah. Was Gary Colley. Gary did a 2:12 in practice, so hopefully going a little bit quicker than that now in the main qualifying session. Gary Colley across the line. It is a invalid time, so actually did hit the wall the final turn, I guess, and got the time invalidated and going very wide through turn 1, losing whole heaps of time. So Gary looks like he's still getting to grips with the track, so we're gonna look away for now. Casey is in another lap. Let's see if Will Weisborough's on a lap. Because Will Weisborough is actually in the last turn, and looks like he's gonna be getting a very, very good exit to the line, keeping it nice and tight and neat, and using all the track on exit 2. Will Weisborough cross the line. Is this gonna be provisional pole?
No, it's
not. It's actually, wait, yes it was. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Unfortunate. No. I was looking at the wrong session.
Not just
that lap was actually invalidated, unfortunately.
Just pushing it a little bit too hard. Why not? You still have a bit of time left. 3 minutes change to go. Welcome everybody in the Twitch and YouTube world. I'm reading the Twitch chat. Oh, he is really sliding that thing down like a cart.
I mean, Biggles actually, man on provisional pole, Tommy Lee Kogan, just went out for an out lap, I believe. So on a flying lap right now is the number 7 Kraft Dinner car. As Aiden Aquino actually goes provisional pole, 203.486, so finding a whole second was the number 10. But can Tommy Lee respond? Cross the line? 2:03.900, so not fastest. And Biggles,
Yes, sir.
it's a 2-minute lap. And remember, in iRacing, you gotta finish your lap before that timer runs out. Oh, and Tommy Lee goes off track. So, which means, since there's not enough time to get a rack around and start a new qualifying lap, Tommy Lee is done for qualifying. 2:03.576 is the time for second place. Aiden Aquino set down to 2:03.486. Where's Will Risebrodel? Will Risebrodel is going into the second hairpin right now, I believe. No, Will Risebrodel is getting out of the way, letting some people by. I think Will's just stopped because I don't think 30 seconds is enough time to get back around to the line to get your lap. So Will is pretty much done for qualifying now as well, unfortunately. 2:03.586 is the time from the number 60 pink machine. Tommy Lee is currently on his final flying lap, so we're going to see what that number 7 craft dinner machine can do as he goes through the second hairpin. Going around that curve, not taking any of it, just taking all cement, going into now the third hairpin. Got to try and keep it nice. That turn's actually interesting too, Biggles, because the curve is so high, but it almost feels like the track kind of cambers out towards the curb, so you really have something to aim for. So it feels great to hook up, but it's also very easy to dip a tire onto that curb or get too far away from it and understeer off. Oh, actually, Tommy Lee just took a lot of curb through the first part of the S, going very far off the track and keeping it nice and tidy. I think Tommy Lee might be on for a good lap here, Biggles. The number 7 craft dinner machine, sponsored clearly, and now, can it put anything close to that time? It's already close. It's 900ths of a second off of Aiden Aquino, but lucky 7s, Biggles. And you know what? There's 1 minute and 17 seconds left in qualifying, so it's all coming together for the craft dinner machine. Taking a nice line through the final turn. Tommy Lee Cogan up to the line. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. It's invalid. Dang it.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, these invalidations. Did you get the craft dinner? Isn't it a Mountain Dew car?
Oh, it's craft dinner.
It's got Mountain Dew written on it.
I mean, it's got craft dinner on it for me.
Really?
Does it have?
Do you have? It's Mountain Dew.
It's craft dinner on my screen.
You've got it. Do you got the trading paints on?
Yes, I have trading paints on.
Oh.
It's a KD scheme.
Well, have you seen the stream?
Is it actually a Mountain Dew car on the stream and I just sound like a bozo?
Yes, there's a Mountain Dew car on the stream.
I'm going to send you a screenshot, Biggles, of what it looks like on my screen.
Post it in the chat there, please, the iRacing commentary chat. So that's what I have open
will
at the
do.
moment. Yeah.
Will do.
No, it's definitely. Let's confirm it out there, guys, if anybody else is tuning in.
You're kidding me?
That's going to be it for our qualifying session, too. 18 seconds to go. I don't think anybody else is on a flyer. Maybe Will is out there. Alayden's out there as well. Let's have a look at Will. Really go out wide there, but you can, depending on your invalidations.
Biggles, I put it in the commentary chat.
Yeah,
Is
that's
this
the
not
same.
actually?
That's the same. It's got.
That's craft dinner.
It's got
Where do you see Mountain Dew?
It's got Mountain Dew logo on the nose.
Oh my! It's
Yeah.
it's a main sponsor, craft dinner. Big. Come on.
I don't even know what a craft dinner is. I just thought there was this
You don't know
Mountain
craft
Dew.
dinner?
No.
It's mac and cheese in a box.
Oh, well, it kind of
We're
looks
just
like
giving
that.
them free advertising at this
Yeah.
point. Oh my.
Come on, Will. Will's done it. Will has done
What's
it.
that? Woo!
But then again, we still have
203,
Alayden and
104.
Tommy in there. Where's Tommy and Alayden? They're coming across the line
Oh,
now.
Aiden's crossing the line. Oh, Aiden.
Aiden.
203.296. It's not enough.
It's not enough. What
Tommy
about
Lee. I just noticed a detail about his car. It's amazing. Tommy Lee up to the line now. What's the craft dinner Monster Dew machine gonna do?
He doesn't.
203.689. Will Weisboro's on pole.
Yeah, I told you. I called it. I know the man. He's pulled his machine apart. He knows every little aero trick he could get. And he's engineered that beast of a car across the line to get our pole position, because that is if they qualify. Nobody else is on a flyer. Tommy is going to be just slowing down.
Aiden is not happy in the chat. He thinks that lap was his for the taking.
Tis what it is. It's a bit overcast too. I believe it's Florida, because I did see a Florida ad there for fresh fruits or something like that. So I presume this is in Florida.
True. I mean, I don't know if it's in Florida, Biggles. Where we should do that. Anyone in the Twitch chat, where is Sebring?
They're all quiet today.
Oh, really?
Maybe because there's some drivers out there that might be able to get a chance to type in there something. But that'll be it for our qualifiers. So the results should come up soon. As we are looking at the
results coming up
scenic.
soon. Yeah, well, you know what? Qualifying results coming up now. I just had to say something quickly.
Yo,
So it's
Will
Weisbrodel is on pole position. Biggles, you got me. But my man wasn't too far off. Aiden Aquino, 1.9 tenths of a second off in second place. So a 203.296 to a 203.104. Tommy Lee Cogan went third fastest in the Mountain Dew machine, apparently, going a 203.567. Max Ducklow did a 203.874. Brock Whiteman did a 204.254. That's your top 5. But just outside that top 5 in 6th place with a 204.402. Just reversing the number, Jake Jackson, a 204.705 in 7th place for John Krauser. Derek Stack did a 205 flat, the only man in the 205s. And then 4 seconds back, Gary Colley, very struggling. Unfortunately, in the 22 machine, 9th place at 209.252. And then Casey Caraway not setting a lap. Ignore that guy in last. Again, that's me. Smile.
So in the chat there, welcome along. Will the Dag is saying, yo, LFG. Is that the real Will?
Oh, that's Will.
Yep.
That's Will.
It says, not broke. Why is broke? What's broke? Why is Brody? The third?
Eh? What are you talking about? Weisbrook? Who's that?
I don't know. I don't know what Will's saying. You've lost me there, Will.
Is it not Weisbrodel? Is it pronounced something else? Is it Weisbrod the third? And I'm just
Oh, that's right.
Idiot?
His name. Yes. Weisbrody. Weisbrody.
Is it just Weisbrod?
Weisbrod. We think.
I'm calling him Weisbrodel for the last 2 streams. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. Oops.
Yep, he's telling you.
Yes. So it's Weisbrod. Okay.
Weisbrod.
Okay. So Weisbrod. My bad. Okay. So here we go. Then we got about a minute and a half until lights out. It's a standing start, right? Yeah.
It looks like a standing start to me. Yeah.
So the first row, Will Weisbrod versus Aiden Nikita. All right, Biggles. This time, who do you got leading going into T1?
Ooh, Will, I think, would still be able to maintain that one. It looks like it should be okay at this point. Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting. I don't know this track too well. I don't really know this track at all.
True. I don't either.
So, and I'm still learning all the jazz of the controls and stuff like that too, because I do know that there is a driver detail we can show up here, bang, at the bottom. It should come up there with Will. Weisbrod.
Weisbrod?
Yeah.
All right. Anxiously waiting for the lights to go out. I hear some engines revving, but that's just because people are trying to have some fun on the grid. Up to 30 seconds until we go green here in Sebring. 45 minutes. No sprint race again. Remember, no sprint race. Just one long feature race worth, I believe, 50 points, Biggles?
Yes. I think there we go. We're waiting for Aiden to load into there, or Aiden. And he has loaded in, so he should be getting ready. I was going to say, that would have been a nice little space there from Will if that man running in P2 did not get a chance to jump in there, but he's okay.
True. But you know what, Biggles? The 2 minutes is up, and the lights are going to start coming on. There isn't actually any lights that we can see, but the engines are starting to rev. There are 4 red lights on the screen for the drivers, and the green flag is out, and we are racing underway in Sebring, and it's been a better start for Aiden Aquino than it was for Will. Down into T1. Who is going to have the upper hand? It's going to be the blue car or the pink car. Aiden's going to try and go around the outside. Will holds it nice and tidy on the inside. Aiden going very far wide off the track into the grass. Another 7 of Tommy Lee Cogan, my bad, is actually trying to take the 10 on the inside. The 99! The Wisconsin car of Max Ducklow actually nearly taking him out. So Aiden Aquino losing a spot on the first lap. The number 7 of Tommy Lee Cogan actually gains, but Aiden is now fresh in the slipstream down into the hairpin, down the straight. The 10 has the overspeed. Can the 7 be braver on the brakes? It's the 60 car, the pink car running away at the front. That is Will Weisbrod. He locks up. The 10 locks up. He goes off the track.
Oh, he has,
this battle is for the lead now. Oh, and he spun around as well. And it's the 10 of Aiden Aquino taking the spot back, taking the lead from the number 7. And it's the Wisconsin car as well. He's going to try and capitalize on an opportunity potentially. The 10 going defensive. The 10 not going defensive. The number 7 down the inside into the second hairpin. They hold it once again. Very close quarters racing, but it is Aiden Aquino leading away. I just realized I don't have water next to myself, so I'm going to be dead by the end of this race again, Biggles. You're going to have to cover me.
You're right.
But the
you can
10
get some water.
going through the third hairpin, I saw clipping a little bit of the curb there, so maybe losing a little bit of speed. The 7 is in the slipstream, looking around the outside of this 2 little flat-out kinks here. The 7 looking for it maybe into the S's, but no. Gonna stick behind, try and get the tighter line through, and maybe make it into the last turn. Aiden takes a much. Oh my god, they're both in the grass! Everyone's in the grass! 13 is looking to be the big winner! The 13 of Jake Jackson gets by the 99! And now the 13 is going to try and hunt down the 7, but can't. They're going 2 by 2. It looks like a formation lap at 140 miles an hour! Down into the final turn. Aiden Aquino leading the way, and it's actually Jake Jackson gaining another spot as the number 7 went very wide. Aiden going very wide as well. They're almost 3 wide. Coming to the straight, 6 cars running away. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. I think they spun off at some point, but it is Aiden Aquino leading the way, and now it's going to be Jake Jackson and Tommy Lee Cogan side by side into turn 1. Tommy Lee is going to hold the position once again, but the 13 is going to get a switchback move, getting all kinds of loose, and now going to the inside into turn 2. The 13 holding it, won't have as good of an exit. Have to have a compromised exit to 3 and 4. Get onto the curb if you can, you can. Jake Jackson still making moves for second place, but can't clear the 7. The 7 will now have the inside line down this kinked straight, and now down into the hairpin as well. The 99 of Max Ducklow is going to be licking his chops at of Derek Stack, my bad. But it's going to be Tommy Lee Cogan getting a bad exit off the turn. Actually, they both got a bad exit off the turn. Aiden's running away at the front. They're going to have to start working together eventually if they want any hope of catching him. But right now, it is Jake Jackson still side by side with the 7 of Tommy Lee Cogan. Oh, they come close to making contact. I think it was Tommy Lee who gave a bit more room than the other. And Jake finally cements his spot into second place.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, exactly. Wheel-to-wheel racing is going to continue. Go grab yourself a drink real quick, mate. Don't want to destroy your voice. Doing such a fantastic job.
Going off the turn.
Yep, who was that?
I think it was Max Ducklow had a little bit of an off there. Now Derek Stack
is
looking at the outside. A lot more around the outside than the 7 was when he tried it last time. But actually going around the outside has lent itself. Here comes the 60. Will Weisbrod trying to get up the 13. Go way off the track. Derek Stack in the wall. Wheel off. Derek Stack gonna try and drive it around to the pit lane, but that's gonna lose him a lot of time. And now the number 60 is actually right back in the front because they fought too much. Oh, Will Weisbrod to the inside of the 99 of Max Ducklow, who is simultaneously side by side with that's the 13 of Jake Jackson. So they both get by him. Will down the inside of the 99. It looks like he's gonna get the move done. He has the better line. He has the run on Tommy Lee Cogan as well. These two side by side at the stripe. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Tommy Lee at the line. But Will Weisbrod, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. The pink car, the red car, and the blue car all gathering for spots. It's a wide track. Who takes what line? And it's going to be Tommy Lee who gets the run through turn 1. But Will Weisbrod and Max Ducklow now side by... no, it's... Max gives way, and Will Weisbrod already back up into 3rd place in this race after spinning at the start. Although it's going to be a tough ass, they're already 5 seconds behind Aiden Aquino.
Yeah, Aiden's just kind of running away with that as everybody battles it out tooth and nail, as you can see there, from position 2 all the way down currently at the moment to about position 6 there of Jake. That has helped Will with that early spin from leading this race. Dropped all the way back almost to second last, but 40's way back up at the moment in the 3rd and wants to get that 2nd right now from Tommy. As you can see, he's tucked up there. He's going to think about it right now. Ooh. He's going to put some pressure onto Tom.
Into the 2nd hairpin. He's going to dive it down to the outside, or to the inside, my bad, quite late. And gets a bit on the curb, so can't get on the power too early. And it's going to be Tommy Lee who can get on the power earlier than the number 60 of Will Weisbrod. And that's actually lent itself to the 99 going down the inside of the 60. That is Max Ducklow looking at it, but gets a bit on the curb as well. And has to forfeit the opportunity. Now the 41, who we haven't mentioned yet, of Brock Whiteman, is giving it a look around the outside in an Audi liveried car. Audi, obviously, today it's rumored they've officially announced their entry into F1, so potentially a rumor to that. But yeah, Brock Whiteman looking all over the rear end of Max Ducklow, as actually looks like he's going to get a better exit, so he's going to try and drag along the 13 of Jake Jackson, who at one point was in 2nd, but has already dropped all the way back to 6th place. But here we go, into the final turn. It's going to be Brock Whiteman on the inside of Max Ducklow. They're going to try and brake late. I don't know, it's hard to say things when they're just kind of slowly going side by side down the straight. However, It's going to be going wide, very wide, too wide. The 99 almost in the wall. Might have actually hit the wall. I don't know. Don't know if he left the wheels out of alignment, but it is now the 41 solely in
He has.
to P number 5.
I saw his wheel damage there for a second. It's popped back. So it popped off and popped back on.
Maybe a bit of net code damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have the 99 car going side by side with Jake Jackson. Max Ducklow, Jake Jackson side by side going into turn 2. Max Ducklow is going to get late on the brakes. Ooh, he sent it in there. And the 13 gives way. And that is the 99 back up into P5 after dropping it for a very short amount of time. However, the 13 is going to have the slipstream going down into the hairpin down this straight. This is a very good overtaking opportunity, and I might lie, this might actually be the best overtaking opportunity on the track. I actually saw Will Weisbrod going to the inside of Tommy Lee Cogan, or at least giving it a look into the hairpin as well. And, ooh, the 13! Jake Jackson holding on to the position. That was, I believe that was Max Ducklow going very, very wide. So they're racing on, and Tommy Lee and Will have actually gained a second on the number 10 of Aiden Aquino, but they're actually going side by side now through a very tricky section of track. Will Weisbrod trying to take second place, and you know what? He has, or at least he's holding on to it. Biggles, it's getting crazy.
Absolutely.
I don't have the live ticker, so it's hard for me to figure out who's where. But there's just that much action here in these F4 cars. We're 10 minutes into the race. There's still 35 minutes to go. We're on lap number, what lap are we on? Lap number 7 right now. Ooh, sticking a nose in there was Tommy Lee, letting Will know, I'm still here, I'm still here. But they are going to have to work together if they want any chance of catching Aiden Aquino.
Yeah, Aiden's kind of still up the road there by, well, the gap's, what, we're looking at about half a second?
Well, 4.5 seconds. Not half a second.
Why am I seeing the gap there? 6, yeah, that around, give or take. Okay, now
it's half a second between Tommy Lee and Will Weisbrod right now.
Yes,
well, they're
exactly.
going to cross the line, and it's going to get updated for me, so I'll be able to give you the very accurate information. So Aiden Aquino is
spin in the
flying
background.
Oh, that is
Who
is that?
That's Max.
That's Max Ducklow, yeah, the Wisconsin car.
Let's have a look what happened there.
Getting all
Actually,
kinds
we'll go
of
back
loose.
to that one probably, because you kind of saw caught the end of that one. Just don't want to miss what's happening here with Tommy. Battling it out there.
Looks like he made contact or leg contact with Jake Jackson, which sent him towards the wall. And so in a desperate effort to avoid crashing into the wall, ended up throwing himself into a spin instead, because at least that way he gets to continue on without using a fast repair. Although I guess it's good that he spun right next to the pits, even if he did need to use one.
I think this is a replay right now of him going around here. There it is. Bang! From the rear. Overlooking the tyre, but I think he kept it out of the fence, so he lives to see another day.
Well, not bang, Biggles. It's actually more of a...
Whoa! Who's got mowing the grass right now? That's your Mountain Dew car, or your, as you like to call it, the crafted.
Oh, no, dude.
That's Tommy.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So Tommy Lee losing even more spots now, but Will Weisbrod is going to be absolutely loving that, because that means that's his main competition, now stuck behind 2 other cars between him. So now it's firmly on Will to hunt down Aiden Aquino for the win of this race here in Sebring. The only race here in Sebring worth up to 50 points, maybe even 60. You know what? I'm going to check that, Biggles.
Yeah. And get some order, please. Well, things are starting to sort itself out, but Tommy's coming back at the moment. Ignore that it says at the bottom there, best finish. That is not correct. It'll show everybody's best finish as being second in Texas. Yes, sir?
I will actually let you do the main commentary for a little bit, because I actually do have to go do something very quickly.
Yeah,
so,
please, not a
ladies
problem.
and gentlemen, enjoy Biggles being the main commentator,
no.
him blowing his voice out for once.
Don't enjoy me! Save me! I tried to do the camera work at the same time. You're okay. Fantastic for stepping in there after your work today. And he's trying to come back right now on the 13 car. And what's at the moment we are watching Tommy, and that's Jake Jackson there. The number 13 there. Let's see if he wants to come back after going a little bit off into the grass area there at the moment. As you can see, there it is, side by side through here, just off the road. There is Jake Jackson. Great battles to call. You can see that track map up in your top right-hand side, and you can see where that 10 car is. That's the man leading the race. See where Will, the pink car, that's the 60 in second position. But you're watching this battle at the moment, which is between these 3 cars, really. You got Jake Jackson and Tommy Lee. And Brock is just the one up the road there. Sorry, my apologies. 41 car. So there is your current battle. A little bit further all the way back there, you see Corey, Gary, Corey there, and John. And then the very last person is Derek here this evening that's racing. But they're still on the same lap that they are. So nobody's a lap down yet. and we've seen a few mistakes from these guys this evening when they've gone off in the grass, had a few spins and things like that. So keep the concentration levels there. Anything can happen. As we've got about 33 minutes to go. I'm not quite sure. We'll just double confirm that, obviously, when Mr. Secret does manage to come back. Did mention that at the top of the show. So there we are currently at the moment. Battle box in the corner there. That needs to be adjusted. It sits over top of the iRacing, but you can see that's the battle at the moment that we are currently watching. Displayed this information here. Let's go on board for him a little bit. See how it feels to be on Tommy Lee's car. As he's following Mr. Jake Jackson and Brock just a bit further up the road. Let's have a listen to the beautiful sounds of these V4 powerhouses. So Gary's actually crashed somewhere as well, too. I'm getting some message, but yeah, that is the 22 car. Let's have a look at the replay on that one real quick there. What happened, Gary? And here it is. So Gary's running with a little bit of a lonely race there, but now he's running last. He's gone into the pit lane. But where did happen to Gary here? That's the Red Bull livery. As we're just checking out the replay right now. He had the car behind. There it is. He spun there. Did he hit the fence? Oh, he got collided there. He got tapped by the other car behind. That was, I believe, it was a 610 car of Derek. Anyway, Gary's got into pit lane right now to fix up those repairs. Back to the live racing. Once again, we're back to Tommy. Who on that track map you can currently see is running in P5. He's lost 2 positions since the start of this race. Jake up the road gained 2. Will's trying to bring in our race leader, and that's the 60 pink car. Our race leader is still Aiden. Aquilino. That's the 10 car. If I get that name correctly. Apologize if I do mess it up. Nothing happening here too much, just following each other. Tyres are starting to wear off a little bit right now, so you can imagine just a parasliding. As these cars, they really do feel the rear end has all the power. I think we might go on board with Brock and just have a look at how it feels to be. Looking at the back of his gearbox there at the other contenders that are behind him currently at the moment. Once again, please ignore or it's his best finish place. But the name and the car number is correct. And where he is in the points is not correct as well too. I needed some help to update that one. We didn't have quite time to do it just yet. Oh, they have made it a battle. You can see that behind them. And that is, once again, Tommy and Jake going at it, 2 for now. We're going to go side by side as they make the middle sector and the first couple of corners. Now let's get the tricky sections here. What Secret had mentioned, a couple of series of S's here. Right there, going to stick up the inside line, but it's going to come back to the other end right now, which means you'll give the other racing line position up. They're going to go side by side, but they're going to continue it all the way. Fantastic racing here for round 6 of our Formula Ford 4 Championship. Not Formula Fords. Formula 4s. Another run right now for the number 7 car of Tommy Lee. Has to back off a little bit and follow through those S's. It clearly kind of seems like he's a little bit quicker, but that every time he gets just ahead there, the 13 car of Jake Jackson comes back at him. And meanwhile, well, Brock's just looking in the 41 car in his mirrors to see if he can try to break away from them. Otherwise, that 2-way party will turn into a 3-way party here. And I believe
Biggles.
our man is back. He's back. Thank you very much for that.
Hello, Biggles. Yes, I'm back. I just had to go do some taxes, you know.
Did you get
I didn't want the IRS, you know, knocking on my door with a baseball bat, reminding me that my kneecaps are in fact a privilege.
Hey, it's not a criminal offense in Canada, I believe, like in Australia, like it is in the States. So
no,
they can't lock you away. Oh, is it?
It definitely is.
All right. Welcome back. Did you get some water?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay, great. So Astro out there says, "Let's go, Astro." Yep, let's go, Astro. Even for rhymes.
Astro, let's go.
Still seeing this nice battle between Jake Jackson, my friend, and Tommy that has still been at it tooth and nail in that Mountain Dew car that he got. They've been going for it. That's the closest action you can see currently on track.
Yeah, looks like they're both pretty much squabbling over who gets the right to attack Brock Whiteman for 3rd place. Although it actually, unfortunately, doesn't look like while I was gone, Aiden has decided to check out from the rest of the field and run away from Will Riseborough. Actually, if I could check their fastest laps for a second, Aiden Aquino did just set his fastest lap of the race at 2:03.296, which is the same. Actually, no, that's his qualifying time. He's at a 2:03.663, so only 4/10 off his qualifying time. Will Riseborough, he just ran his fastest lap of the race at 2:03.819, so having to catch up to the number 10 car, not really doing that fantastic of a job of it. But you know what? There's still 25 minutes to go in this race. It's all to play for.
It's correct at the moment, I believe, right? 27, so that should be correct.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Gary Colley has been lapped. Was Gary the one? No, it was Derek Stack who had to get a quick repair on his front end.
Yeah, they both came together, remember, because Gary spun.
Yeah.
And it clipped. I think Derek coming around clipped him, so that both.
No, I think Derek was going through the first turn of the S's, but took a little bit too much curb, and so kind of just cleared off into the wall. Kind of unfortunate. I mean, it's a racing accident, though. You know, it's the kind of thing that happens. You dip a tire a little bit too much onto the curb, and there's nothing you can do. It just goes on you. I'll tell you what, it's actually starting to look like it's getting kind of dark out.
It does looking dark out, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the weather.
These F4 cars, one of their characteristics isn't exactly having lights on them. So, race is going to end at about 8 p.m. Or actually, no, it's going to end at about 6 p.m. in game time, so it shouldn't be too dark. Or maybe it's just cloud cover. There might just be clouds in the sky.
I'm just trying to find the weather information here to pull that up to show you guys out there. Once again, I'm just getting new to this. Where is the weather?
What is the weather?
It's around here somewhere. There's a lot of buttons. I don't need all these buttons. I only need a couple.
You need a whole stream deck, Biggles.
I gotta get it on the stream deck at the moment. I haven't got it on the stream deck yet.
You don't?
No, I gotta figure all that stuff out. Once I get it, I'll get it. I honestly can't find the weather. I know it's here somewhere. It's hiding from me. Here it is. Show it. It's gonna go over the track map a little bit, but let's see. I'll turn the track map off. Look at that too. There. All right. So yeah, what is it, mate? You can see. I can't read that. It's a little bit too small for me to read, but looks like the temperature might have dropped a little bit. Let's have a look.
Oh well,
I think
the
it's
sun just came out, Biggles, so,
78 Fahrenheit.
Like
yeah.
There's just some cloud cover. The sun's come out. It's looking very, very nice. So let's see. 6.7 seconds. Aiden Aquino. So Will Wisebroad is actually catching, but he's gonna have to put in some very consistent laps over the next 23 minutes if he wants any hope in Lord's heavenly earth, if he wants to try and catch that absolutely rapid man who is making a title assault right now. I believe Aiden Aquino at this point has almost already locked up the 3 bonus points for leading the most laps, which, and you know what did we say the maximum points you can take from this kind of weekend is? Like 66 points or something?
That's quite interesting, because I would have been liking to see if Will can bring it to him this evening, because we know Will was the fastest. I had predicted him to win this race. I'd predicted him to do the fastest qualifying, the pole, and he got it. But that spin cost him, didn't it? But that chargeback's been great. But now, Aiden, man leading it, just somehow still maintaining that gap, and it's not something that Will's going to be able to do it. As you can see currently at the moment, that 10 car, the blue on the track map, is going to start another lap right now, and as Will is coming around that final corner, we got
Biggles, you know what? It's all right.
We have
in
a crash.
racing?
We have a crash from somebody.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, let's have a look. It looks like John, so let's check out what happened here. That's a Belgian livery,
oh,
yeah.
That's a front wing missing there, John. What happened to you?
Well, we've got the replay currently up at the moment, so we'll find out. John, we haven't really been on John. Actually, probably the first time maybe even put the camera on John today. So, John, it took you an accident to get it, but here we go. He's gone off. He's collected all the cones. And there it is. It's bounced. The chicane has broken his front wing. He didn't hit the wall. Yeah.
I told you, Beagle, these curbs are nasty. They give you floor damage. Apparently, they give you wing damage as well. Or maybe he might have just hit it at a weird angle. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for John. He probably you wouldn't think you get damage off of that. It was just a spin. He didn't hit anything. But yeah, wing damage. That's going to have to be a repair. Don't know if he's already used his quick repair. If
Jake's going for it. Jake is going for it right now.
Jake Jackson is giving it a very good look. Jake Jackson actually got it. Jake's at the P3. Look at that. So it looks like Jake won the battle for the rights to attack Max Ducklow. And so Tommy Lee Cogan now has to settle into 5th place. Brock Whiteman down to 4th. And Jake Jackson up to 3rd in that flaming red hot car.
It is flaming red hot right now, yeah. He's been sitting back. He was back behind these packs now. And that's it. So, yeah, the 41. Brock has been leading them for some time. And Brock has gained 1 position, but Jake has now gained 3 positions, a man on a rampage, but he's got a bit of work up the road there to try to catch old Will, who still can't catch our race leader.
Now, if Brock, Jake, and Tommy fight enough Biggles, do you think the Wisconsin Badger of Max Ducklow can catch them? Do you think? He's 7 seconds down on them right now.
It's possible.
I mean, but it's a very similar gap to Aiden and Will. So, with a little bit of midfield fighting, as we're actually getting right now, the 41 of Brock Whiteman's going on it for Jake. He's going to try and get that spot back and into the final turn, sending it, but Jake holding it nicely around the outside, but can't actually hold on to it enough, and the 41 is back into 3rd place. So really, no net changes over the lap.
Yeah,
you got it back right at the end. So, and that's actually going to be something that Brock is going to remember. It doesn't matter if he loses a spot at the midpoint of the lap. He can take it back at the last corner right before the line. That's what you remember as a racer, because when it gets to the end of the race, when everyone's tired, everyone's sore, everyone's just thinking about getting the number on the screen, the spot is the only thing that matters. You think about where you can make passes. Knowing you can overtake at that last corner, even if you lose a spot on that lap, is very important.
They're going to stay with each other, no doubt. Keep us entertained, of course. Getting their sponsors some advertising out there. As you can see, tucked up into turn... I don't know the turn numbers, but somewhere along the line, you know that. I'm new.
The squiggly bit, Biggles.
The squiggly bit. Yeah, there it is.
The squiggly bit.
So hope you guys are enjoying this out there on the YouTube and Twitch world. Go ahead.
Remember as well, the way this works is once the 45 minutes expires, the leader will cross the line, and he will do 1 more lap after that, and then that will be the end of the Grand Prix. Well, this isn't a Grand Prix, it's just an F4 race at a Sebring, but it feels like a Grand Prix with the battle we've been getting so far. Oh, into the grass goes the 41. That didn't look pretty.
A few of them off into the grass there as well, too. You see they're following each other, aren't they? So they're using each other as a racing line. Sometimes that can not work when they all go off track.
That's honestly the worst. Oh, the 13 actually got a bit too much curb there and got sent off the racing line, so had to try and scurry it up, and he did. But now he might be coming under pressure from Tommy Lee Cogan, but he has the slipstream from Brock Whiteman, so probably nothing is going to come of it. Aiden and Will have been sitting at a 6.7 second gap for the last 3 laps now, Biggles. The consistency on these guys is scarily similar. Unfortunately, Will had a spin, Aiden didn't. And it's actually just gone back to 7 seconds. So, Aiden, they're both locked in. They're both putting in very good lap times. And we're over halfway done this race. We got under 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, and what about those tires right now? Now, pit stops aren't mandatory, are they? Splash and dash of fuel as well? How's that going to pan out?
I don't believe so, but Biggles, Sebring is a very, very tire abrasive circuit. So especially as the fuel starts to burn off in these little cars, you know, they're going to get lighter and lighter, and so with even less tire grip on a bumpy surface like this, don't touch a curb the wrong way, because you might spin a lot easier than you're anticipating, and it won't go well for anybody.
Those curbs. Why?
Dang curbs, Biggles. Yeah. Why do they have to be the way they are?
Why do they have to be there, exactly? Sometimes they're not even using them. We get right off the track. We're still on board right now.
Woohoo!
Currently with Tommy. And he's got 2 prey up the road. 2 prey being Jake Jackson and Brock Whiteman.
Is Tommy gonna make a move here into the second hairpin? Doesn't look like he will. He's gonna stick behind. See, it's always dangerous though. I always get a bit anxious when I'm sticking behind because I'm always thinking, don't lock up, don't lock up, don't lock up, don't hit the guy, don't take him out. Because you never want an incident report with your name on it, and you just don't want to be a butt, really. You want to be as clean a racer as much as possible. I mean, most people want to be clean racers. I mean.
Well, the 13's got an angry face in that car. He's got a smiley face with a little angry going, "Get out of my way! Get out of my way!" He's trying to say. But guess what?
He's also fueled by craft dinner, so that calms him down, Biggles. The 13
car is not the
Ooh,
craft
got
dinner.
the grass there.
Yeah.
And here comes Tommy Lee Cogan now. He's going to look inside of Jake Jackson. He's got that move off that slipstream. They're wheel to wheel, side pod to side pod now. Front wheels aligned, front wings aligned. It looks like Tommy Lee has pulled ahead before the corner, but the 13 of Jake Jackson is going to try and hold it around the outside, take a really wide line, but there's just more grip on the inside of the track right now for Tommy Lee Cogan to expose and to take 4th place on the track. But Jake Jackson said, "I'm not done with you yet. Come back here, boy. We got 15 minutes left in this race. I'm going to use every second of it and going to go around the outside of turn 1 is going to be Jake Jackson, but just can't get it done here. Tommy Lee is going to continue defending the inside, but goes right back to the... Oh, that was a switchback move down a straight. Oh, and he nearly spins. They come together. They do come together.
That's contact.
And it's Tommy Lee Cogan into a spin, and now he's going to have to catch Jake Jackson all over again. That was really unfortunate, Biggles. What'd you see happen?
Well, we can go back to the replay again and check that one out for everybody. It's just a contact between two drivers that are getting elbows out. And why not? They're racing. Let's have a look here. So the 13 goes to the inside. And
13 locked up the rear brakes a little bit, took him off his racing line, went probably a lot more outside than he would have liked. Sends Tommy Lee into a spin, and now he's got a whole bunch of time to make up for. Actually, it looks like...
there it is, yeah. He said,
he
lost it. He just lost it himself, exactly. He hit the brakes, the rear slid out a little bit, and it's unfortunate that Tommy was just an unfortunate victim to that scenario. So I'm sure it's a my bad for the driver, of course, saying, he does not intentionally trying to do that. But here we go.
Biggles, I think Jake Jackson's actually letting him by right here, saying, "Sorry, my bad, didn't mean to do that," and that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, it was.
So that is Tommy Lee Cogan back up into 4th place, Jake Jackson down to 5th. I don't think the damage is too bad on his car, but still. So good sportsmanship there from a couple of guys who just came together, although unfortunately they're now miles behind Brock Whiteman, who is, well, at the end of the S's, and they're only starting them now, so these guys are going to have to do some serious, I wouldn't say teamwork, because there's only so much teamwork you can do when you're about 5 seconds behind a guy. But who knows? I think it happened again in racing, Biggles, and this is what I was going to say earlier about Will and Aiden. It doesn't matter if you're 6.5 seconds behind, as long as you can see the car ahead, and that car ahead can see you behind, which is the big one. Anything is possible. 7 seconds still the gap at the front. 14 minutes to go in the race. I am liking this.
Yeah, we're going to go to the pink car there of Will for a second, the 60 car, and just see how his driving has been. Now, I'll show you what the last laps have been on the ticker. We'll pull that up right now.
Very, very consistent. He's running 203.6s, 203.7s, 203.8s as the tires go off. But just ran a 203.2 his fastest lap of the race on the last lap, so it looks like he's taking advantage of the lighter fuel load. Problem is, Aiden Aquino also ran his fastest lap of the race at 203.031, so nearly the first lap in the 202s in this race.
Let's go on board with our man, old Will, and tell me how it feels right now. Whether it's tires, it's pushing, trying to, maintain that gap, keep that gap to the car up the head, up the road where he started this position. So he's only dropped 1 position, of course. Aiden has gained 1.
One thing we heard from the last race, I think it was Keegan who told us this, the F4 cars, their tires, they're pretty durable, but once they start going off, they are just almost useless as far as actually using them for racing goes. So Will is going to be doing his very best to teeter that line between saving your tires, don't use them up too much so you can maybe have a shot at the end, but also, push, 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 I got a chance. I gotta take every opportunity I got because I don't know if Aiden's going to make a mistake. Don't know if I might make a mistake. Bunch of variables you have to consider, and he's in total no man's land right now. He's got 7 seconds ahead, 8 seconds behind, or 9 seconds behind, my bad. So really, right now he's just 12 minutes to go. He might be thinking that's
You can see him down the straight, but you can see the man up the road.
You can see him.
Doesn't that give you a bit of a confidence booster when you can finally see that driver and you're like, okay, they're there?
It does, but you know what, Biggles? At this point, there's About 6 laps to go in this race. He's probably thinking, I'm probably not going to catch him by a second a lap. So I'm just going to run. I'm going to hit my marks. I'm going to run it cleanly. If he makes a mistake, he makes a mistake. If not, I finish P2.
Yeah.
At this point, he's probably just thinking, I'm going to take, and yeah, you see he dropped by 4/10 that lap. He still ran 2:03.6. So Aiden Aquino running very fast laps. But Will Risebroder right now is just thinking, take this car home. Got 11 seconds to Brock Whiteman behind. He doesn't need to push or anything. He can just go. Although I actually do think Max Ducklow does have some damage. Because, well, drop it a bit further off of Tommy Lee Cogan than I thought he would have. He's now 9 seconds behind him in a couple of laps after they came together.
Just go on board with, Layden. Just to give him, I don't think we've even really showed him too much on the camera apart from the start at the race. It was exciting. Remember you saw him?
He got by people, then he just checked out. He disappeared. It's been great to watch.
Yeah, he was lucky that battle was occurring behind him. So well, that battle actually obviously did help Will because Will could climb. He did climb his way back up there, but unfortunately, Layden's just setting that consecutive lap time that you'd mentioned. That's just not enough to do anything about it. Once again, please ignore the graphics up there. It is showing the number 10 driver. But his best finish is not second in Texas, and he's not 5th in the points. Those 2 bits that are there that are wrong, I've been telling you guys all stream long. I'll get it fixed for the next race. Don't worry about that. But for now, that is what it is. Just trying to see the other closest battles that are occurring at the moment. As they're all starting to spread out, as you can see on the track map.
Sebring has a tendency to do that, to just, it spreads out over time. This is why it's great for endurance racing, because you start catching GT cars. But, yeah, Aiden Aquino just commanding this race. He didn't quite get the win last time. Either of the races, he was beaten by Ethan both times. But this time, he's dealt with the pressure when he was behind. He dealt with the pressure when there was a guy right behind. And he's dealt with the pressure while he's ahead by nearly 8 seconds now over Will Weisbrod. He just ran a 2:02.999 bagels.
Yeah. It is 2:02.99. Yep, just
well,
2:03. 2:03 flat. I'm seeing. That was the fastest lap of the race.
It says 2:02.999 on my screen. So as far as I'm concerned,
that's my ping time. I got a little bit late ping time. Hey, Astro out there. I hope they should be correct. The timing on the side isn't working. That's the timing on the left-hand side, mate. The timing tower is the gap. That should be the gap. Correctly, I believe. 7 seconds to change yet from P1, P2. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, I had it on the fastest lap before, sorry. The last lap time. And I've just switched it back to the gap. So thank you for pointing that one out. We were just comparing their lap times to see if there's anything they were going to be able to do about it at the moment. But it is what it is. So Layden in P10, the car 10, sorry, in P1. Leading from Will, who started in P1, now running in P2, the 60 car. 41 of Brock looking to wrap up that final podium position with 2 positions gained as well, which is a good drive there. Tommy Lee, Max, Jake, as you can all see on the rest of it. And good sportsmanship. You saw that before, wasn't that, from that accident when Tommy Lee had...
yeah, it was actually.
Yeah.
Although we say it's sportsmanship, his car might just be so damaged that he can't go any faster.
It is a possibility.
Although, you know what, I'm looking at the standings right now. I don't see any Brock Whiteman on it, so I think this might be Brock's debut in the league. And
good job.
Really well.
Let's go on board with Brock.
On debut, running P3.
Yeah, let's show up Brocky here. It's where it is, the 41 car. That's a nice livery that he has. Remember, he has that. I thought it was that's not the angry face on there, but he's just comfortably be sitting in that P3 position. Gaining those 2 positions as well is a great way to start getting a podium.
Driver of the day, gain 2 spots.
Yep. In that, no, I like the livery too. It's a very Shell-esque livery. He's got I don't know if he's German. He's got a German flag on there.
I mean, Brock Whiteman doesn't sound like a very German name, but you know what? It's got Audi on it. You know what? Audi is the German car, so...
Oh, okay. There it is. That's the reason why it has a German nationality flag on there. And he's having a bit of a lonely race, as you can see on the track map.
Well, he got a little bit frisky there. But, I mean, he wasn't too lonely until Tommy Lee and Max... actually, no, until Jake. So Max Ducklow, actually, at some point, got by Jake Jackson, so Max is now up into P5. So until Tommy Lee and Jake took each other out, Brock had a whole lot of company. So he's probably thinking, all right, I can relax now for the last, 4 laps of this race.
Yeah, you're going to... No, well, some relaxing, of course, because you can't make a mistake. G'day, Ian, out there. You know Ian. My boy that helps me
Ian's
out.
over here now, too.
Ian's everywhere, mate.
Jeez.
I hope you're enjoying the F4s, Ian. This is the second time we've casted together the F4s. The second time it's actually been broadcasted. We did the first one last week, and thank you for for finishing up his work. A long day shift of work too, I think you had. Or it was yesterday?
No, that was today too. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to commentate this because I literally got off work, came straight home, had like a quick bite to eat, and I'm like, all right, Biggles, let's run this. Let's go.
Yeah, no, much appreciated that you can too as well, because doing this by myself would have been a nightmare. And you know your stuff.
Yeah. So now, let's see. We got 6 minutes to go now. 45-minute rates, and we're on minute number 30. We're on minute number 40 now, actually, or 39. Minute 39. And yeah, it's just been very, very quiet.
It's all so quiet.
In the last few laps. Yeah.
In Florida, I think it is. Nobody confirmed it out there. Ian might know.
Again,
is it
someone Google Twitch chat? Where is Sebring?
Sebring?
We know it's in the States somewhere. We just don't know where.
Absolutely. We don't. So just going through the different cars at the moment, we'll have a look at John, who is currently running in P8, dropping one position. Just further up the road there, we'll go to Mr. Derek. Here he is in the 610 car. Just to check their liveries out, just give them a little bit of airtime exposure and all that sort of jazz, because, well, you know, there's not a lot of great action that's happening on there. People can see their liveries, of course. They put effort into creating these liveries. Looks like Gary has crashed. So Gary not having a very good day, running last. Let's have a look what happened to Gary, the old Gazza. Oh. Here it is. That Red Bull livery is just not working out too much for him today, is it? Because he's had to spend time in the pit lane. And where's he's made this mistake? We're currently, at the moment, we're having a look at him. I think he might have threw S's here.
I mean, Biggles, he's been a lap down all day, so I think his mistake was quite close to the beginning.
There it is.
Remember?
Oh, no, this has just happened. Yeah, just lost it on the chicane there. Put the car right back in the right direction, but doesn't look any damage that time. Didn't lose the front wing like what happened before. And he's back.
So he pulled a little bit of a Charles Leclerc, you're saying?
Somebody's got the address exactly where it is. So it is in Florida. Thank you very much for that, Astro.
Shit!
113 Midway Drive, Sebring, Florida. Thank you.
Well,
I'm going to put that in my Google. Set that for me to drive from here in Panama there. I wonder how long it'll take. How am I going to... Oh, really don't do that, Google.
Bagels, you're just out here playing, like, racing GeoGuessr.
Yeah, it would be. I'm actually really good at GeoGuessr, because I've been... Here we go. My Google's talking to me about... Hey, yeah, I'm okay at GeoGuessr. I've traveled around the world, so I see these things, and I go, yeah, I remember that.
You remember GeoGuessr?
Yeah, exactly. Driver 61. We forgot about our advertisers, my friend, that's been scrolling at the top of the ticker there with 5 minutes change to go. You know about them now, don't you?
What, myself?
Yes, yourself. You know about them.
Biggles, you know. I'm not a corporate man. I can't do it.
You're a corporate man. It's fine.
I am not even close to a corporate man.
Well, driver 61 is where you're going to get your drivers to help you out, mate. Whoa, there's a spin from Will!
Oh!
As we're on board. Now, he has enough time, doesn't he? He should.
Fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's got 15 seconds behind. He's good. He's okay.
Oh, Will, I predict you to win this race. Don't you go getting out of a podium right now.
Brock Whiteman's coming through the last turn now. He's because of that, he's picked up about 5 seconds. But, yeah. Driver 61, Bagels, tell me more about him.
That's how you get your driving skills, my friend. So if you want to learn better and how to drive an iRacing and across all the different cars and stuff like that, they'll match you up with a driver that'll help you out to get all the setups and all that sort of stuff. You know, we know a couple, obviously, in Discords and stuff like that have any of their spare time that might help you. But hey, you got to pull something out of your pocket, spend a little bit of money, you'll get a discount to that. So you head on over to the website, use the discount code that's in there, ARC Driver 61. You'll get 25% off those services. So if you want to get serious about this, hey, you know what? You spend a lot of money, right? Other people on iRacing sometimes. I know most people spend a few $100 at least. And the rigs as well. Thousands of dollars sometimes on your rigs, isn't it, mate? That people have. And well, you want to maximize those tools at your disposal. Get these, get matched with a great driver with a lot of experience and help you get quicker and quicker.
Anyone else, Biggles?
Yeah, there is, my friend. It's Grid Finder, and you'll find me on the Grid Finder. Will they find you on the Grid Finder secret? You put yourself in there. You could do it as a driver. Leagues can get out there, promote to say, hey. If you're interested, you can go, hey, I'm interested in racing these cars. They'll match you up with a league that perhaps will be, around your time zone and when you can when you're not working and all that jazz. Or a broadcaster, or a commentator, or a league owner, or a runner, production work, all that jazz. You'll find everybody on Grid Finder, apart from Secret, of course, hasn't signed up yet. And it's free. It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. It's great. Yes.
What's free is good.
Thank you, Biggles, for playing the corporate game. You've almost brought us to the last lap of the race.
Yeah. Let's follow our race leader then, and let's see. He's done everything he needed to do.
I believe he's got 2 laps to go now. As we're at 43 minutes, I think he'll take the white flag next time around. Or maybe he's got 3 laps to go. I don't know. I forget what I said. I forget how this works.
Well, you said it's 2 minutes change for a lap. That's right. We're not 100% sure if... Well, we'll go to the flag man, of course, when we get close around. He's already started another lap. But as he gets close to the end there, I'll go to the flag man camera, because we have that in iRacing. We don't have that in F1 game.
True, we don't, unfortunately.
Oh, maybe the new one might.
Maybe we'll in the next game. You know, EA, they tend to add a lot of features that don't really matter for actual gameplay, but maybe that'll make the broadcasting
over the last 3 or 4 years, they have not added any other cameras, so we'll see.
Yeah, but EA wasn't really involved in the last game, so...
No, but they're not developing it.
True.
There's no actual EA development team. It's still Cody's. They're just a publisher.
I mean, so you can tell EA's
the bankroller.
You can tell they've added like what, like F1 Life or something, which is definitely going to be a cash grab.
Yeah. I've always said to you, I think I might have said to you last week, I think it would be good if you'd pay like $5 a month or something for the multiplayer aspect of it, and they can put a serious effort into it.
No,
I think people would do it.
No, Biggles, no. It's paying for multiplayer is the epitome of just give us money.
Well, leagues put a lot of effort into it. And I think, but you know, and then they go, hey, when it breaks, right? Mate, when it breaks, everybody goes complaining, and they go, hey, we don't ask you to create a league. You create a league on your own. That's up to you.
All I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, let's just look at the Xboxes, right? Xbox, PlayStation, you got to pay for multiplayer on there. You know what the biggest games are? Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true.
GTA, got to pay for multiplayer on all that.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, if you're playing multiplayer.
That looks like a checkered flag.
Oh yeah, it is. It's over.
Is. He's done it.
Aquino wins in Sebring. Look at that. I think I just heard someone hit a wall. T1.
What a drive.
Oh, he did a 202.
Will cross the line right now. We'll take that P2. There he is. Good recovery drive from Will, especially having 2.
Over?
Well, the guy was flying a checkered flag.
Was it a checkered flag?
It looked like it. Let's have a look. Well, is that a white flag? That looks checkered to me. Well, we go to pit lane.
I mean, Aiden still looks like he's pushing, so I'm going to say the race is still going on. Yeah, I knew that wasn't the final lap.
I want to get you excited.
The time... Well, I'm just going on board for Aiden for the rest of this race. He is, I mean, to be fair, we kind of zoned out a little bit, but that's because Aiden has just been absolutely dominant for this entire race. I think he's taken every single bonus point you can. Lead a lap, lead the most laps, fastest lap. What was the other one? Most spots gained? What was it? Oh, wait, no. It was the no incident points. I don't think anyone's getting that one. But yeah, just Aiden, it's just been a perfect race. He has a lapped car that he's coming up to on the last lap of the race, but he lets him by.
Yeah, to 5:02 of John, currently running P8.
I'm just watching him in cockpit cam right now. This commitment is absolutely brilliant. It's just over every curve or around every curve. Aiden's been on an absolutely flying race, and I can't think of a more deserving winner today. Will Weisbrod, unfortunately, it looked like he had the pace to stick around up front, but a couple spins kind of put any hopes he may have had 6 feet under, almost before they even got to rear their head at the end of the race. But after 47 minutes and probably around 40 seconds, we're going to have a blue, black, and red car coming across the line once again to win a race. But this time, it's not going to be the championship leader. It's going to be the man in second, closing that gap from 70 points to 10. Aiden Aquino wins in Sebring.
You're right across the line there, in style too, of course. Further back, Will come around that final corner now. Final corners, plural. He'll slide the rear end out, and he will get that P2 position. Once again, ignore the best placed positions or where they are in points underneath there. All that matters right now is how they're finishing this race. Brock, well, good on him. That's Brock's first debut race here for the F4s. Fantastic, solid job for the 41 car. He'll get his His 41 car across the line into that P3
yeah, he
final
just
podium.
barely, though, because Tommy Lee Kogan was a second and a half behind him in P4. So Brock, he looks like he's trying to do some burnouts. He's flinging his car around. P3 on debut for the number 41 Audi. Tommy Lee just misses out on a podium after coming together with a spin. Max Ducklow, the man he spun with, coming in for P5. And Jake Jackson, probably the unluckiest of all, got caught up in an incident. He was running inside the top 5. Will come in 6th place. Unfortunate it's not going to top 5. Now we're just going to be Gary Cawley. John Krauser actually is out of the race. I didn't even realize that. He's gone. So Derek Stack is going to be the last one across the line. Is he going to come across with
Let's get Gary behind him.
No,
Yeah.
Gary lets him go by.
Yeah, because Gary's already the last place anyway, which I think is almost a lap down. Not quite there, but yep. Both of them having pit stops, I believe, as well. Only 3 have taken pit stops. Jake, Derek, John, and Gary. Oh. What happened there? Anyway.
Gary just put it in a wall. Gary did not care anymore.
There he is.
And Derek spins it across the line, keeps it out of the wall just. And that is the end of Sebring. It's been a great race here at the Apollo Racing Club, and it's Aiden Aquino who takes maximum points on the weekend. Biggles, how about you run us through the race order to finish off this this part of the stream before we go to interviews?
I can barely read it, but I will. So Aladen has done it. Aladen Aquino, I think it is, if I'm pronouncing his surname correctly, the 10 car. After qualifying in P2, finished in P1 from Will. Where's Brody? Did we get that one right there for Will? The 60 pink car. And then, of course, Brock Whiteman's fantastic P3 gaining 2 positions. Tommy Lee Kurgan, P4. Max Ducklow, Jake Jackson, Derek Stack, John Careshul, Gary Cooley. Riley did not race because you were up here in the commentary box with me. And Casey Caraway did not drive today. But that's the standing, actually, for the top 8 or 9. 9, Gary did finish, of course, but kind of counted as a DNF towards the end. That's it.
Yep. That's it. So we're gonna go to a quick break. We're gonna try and grab some drivers for interviews in a little bit. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the end of this broadcast of the Apollo Racing Club at Sebring. Welcome back, boys. We are here in the interview room now, and we are joined by 2 very special guests, 2 of the racers from this race who had quite interesting affairs. We're going to start off with Brock. Brock, you got your first podium in ARC, and it comes here at the halfway point of the season, round 6 here at Sebring. How was your race? It was carnage around you, but you kept your head.
Yeah, I kind of figured that if I just kind of did my own thing and let the other guys crash out, I'd walk away with something. But I mean, to walk away with the podium, I honestly did not expect it. You know, seeing how much Will and all the other guys talk about how fast these guys are. So I just knowing the first race, I was like, let's just keep it smooth, keep it consistent, and hopefully I can just walk away with something.
Well, I mean, you're talking about, all the other guys being quick and stuff, and I think at the end, you crossed the line, but you had Tommy Lee that was only a second and a half behind you, I believe? Right at the end?
Yeah, it was close. When him and Jake had the contact, I think he was like 8 seconds back at that point. and with it still being, I think we ran like 10 more laps. I just kept trying to keep the gap at 8 seconds, and then it started going down to 7, and then 6, and then eventually it kind of just hovered around 6 seconds. So I was like, let's just keep it here. And then at the end, towards the end of the race, I had a little snap. So I was like, all right, 6 seconds, and there was like 3 laps left. I was like, he's not going to gain 2 seconds a lap. So I was just kind of cruising to the end.
And then he almost gained 2 seconds a lap.
Yep, he almost did.
All right, well, congrats on the podium, man. Then welcome to the podium club in the F4 grid, I guess.
Yay.
What a way to start,
Thank you.
mate. Only go up from here now, so you got the third. All you need is a second and a first, and you'll be looking good for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
And
One
you
can
said something.
dream.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And you said something about the contact between Tommy Lee and Jake, and we actually have Jake in the commentary booth right now. So, Jake, I want to get your view on that crash. Obviously, you kind of sank like a rock after it, so I'll get to that in a bit. But the contact you had with Tommy around 2/3 of the way through the race, it looked like you locked the rears and went into the side of him. How'd it feel from your side?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely went for a pretty bold move there. I did lock up the tires, caught the slide. I thought there was enough space, and I actually did watch the replay back because I wanted to know what happened because I ended up getting front right suspension damage, so I had to pit for that. But it looked just like some unfortunate netcode. But luckily Tommy didn't get taken out and crash from that. But it is what it is. That's racing. But I wish I could have stuck that move. It would have been really sick.
You two were having a great battle. We were almost joking around. It was you two were fighting to see who would get the honor and privilege of attacking Brock for P3, but unfortunately it never came to be. And then unfortunately we thought you were just giving the position back because you felt bad, but was your car damaged? It kind of seemed like it was.
Yeah, the front right got bent in, so my steering was off. And once I limped it back around, I went into the pits, used our one lucky fast repair, and got back out there. Unfortunately, the field was so spread out at that point, I didn't get to battle anyone else the rest of the race. But yeah, like you said, it would be me and Tommy battling. I get right up behind Brock, and then Tommy would catch me again, and I go right back to battling.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? You definitely gave us great entertainment and, well, more battles to come as there are still 6 rounds to go in this championship. So you did run a good race up until you got kind of screwed over by the damage, but keep your head high. You did what you could.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks,
Absolutely.
guys.
The 13 car there of Jake Jackson, for sure, keeping his advertisers happy there because majority of that race, I think, were on board with those drivers.
That's true.
Looking
Yes.
at squabbling at that one. So once again, their sponsors will be happy, of course. So would driver 61. So was Grid Finder.
True.
But yes, well, we also have the man himself, Mr. Indy, Mr. Technical, Mr. Pole, but unfortunately didn't finish on pole, so I lost my bet. But you didn't win yours either there, Secret. But
yeah, I
who do we
did. I
have?
said I would win.
So, but, well, you predicted somebody else to win. Oh, you did
True.
actually. Sorry, my bad, you did. Anyway, Will, where's Bro? We got it correct. Did I get it correctly? Did Secret get it correct?
Wise bro.
Wise
You're
bro.
close, man. You're real
Wise
close.
me.
You can
Yeah,
you can just
it's
say white
secret.
bread. That's a translation anyways. You can go with that. That's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Will, you put it on pole, and then what happened in the race? I saw Aiden get by you, but it looked like you had the pace to stick with him for a little bit, but a spin here, a mistake there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty pleased with that pole lap. I just got to throw it out there. That was no draft, and I had not seen that kind of pace for myself at all. So to do that with the timer at 0 was pretty freaking awesome. I was pretty pumped with that. You can ask Brock and Jake. We were in a voice chat together, and I was hollering and yelling. So that was sweet. Beginning of the race, man, I don't know what it is lately, but I've just not been getting good starts off the line. These standing starts aren't what I'm used to being an IndyCar guy. And then had a good battle through turn 1 with Aiden and who's that, Tommy. And then I guess just a cold tire lock up into the hairpin on lap 1, which is like, I braked earlier than I usually do, but I guess I just was a little too stiff on the brake pedal and locked it up. So yeah.
Yeah,
And you had
so-
another spin towards the end of the race as well.
Right.
With that little bit of a heart and throat moment that scare you? I mean, you had a bit of a gap there, but what happened there?
I mean,
just another.
At some point during the race, I was gaining on him. I think I cut a 1.5 seconds off of Aiden's lead, and then I just kind of started to fall off as the tires came in. He was just quicker than me on outright pace. So I was just trying to push the edge a little bit further into sunset there. What is that, turn 17? And just pushed my braking zone a little too deep and tried to recover from it, keep it out of the wall, and ended up snapping the car around. So, I mean, I had quite the gap behind, so I wasn't too worried about that, but it was just pushing. I guess I ran out of talent, to be completely honest.
Fair enough. But you still got that P2, and you still clawed your way back in after that first spin as well, too, which is brilliant. And it took you a couple of laps to get it done. So that kerfuffling that was occurring, obviously with the likes of Brock, Tommy, Jake, and all that, had certainly helped you out get in there and get back into it. But yeah, Aiden, I think, was just in a little bit of a different class. He was just really, every time he got close, he kind of just boosted up, didn't he, and maintained his domination of this track so far.
Right, and you talk about that run. It was like blink of an eye. I think I fell back to 8th or 9th. I mean, I fell to the back of the pack instantly, and then I just started dicing through. And like you said, the kerfuffle, there were like 4 guys there on the back stretch coming out of Le Mans, and I just got a good run and was able to take all of them at once. So it was like blink of an eye. I'm like, oh my God, I'm already up to podium again, and then just kind of tried to maintain pace. But yeah, man, Aiden's quick.
But you might be able to get him around next time. I would have been great to actually see you racing tooth and nail with him during that race if that didn't occur at the start. But hey, it is what it is. It's motor racing, as Michael Massey would say. It is a race, and that's what it is. So yep. But I believed in you today, Will, and you did deliver. I mean, the pace was there, obviously, because that's why. I mean, you did slice through the field for a reason. That you were the quickest man essentially for the qualifying times.
I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. And I'm bummed I'm only going to get to make like maybe 2 or 3 more races this season because we're off to Indy next week. So it's fun while it lasts. Glad to finally get some money in my pocket from it, though.
Yeah, exactly. You got some tickets for us? I'm going to drive up from Panama. I tell you, about a 16-hour, 17-hour drive. I think I can make it if I leave a couple of days early now. It's fine. Anyway, yeah. So good on you, Will. That's it.
Thank you.
Secret. So that's it from our gladiators.
We got one more.
Oh, we do have one more.
We got
excellent.
One more gladiator, the greatest one of them
Oh,
all.
there we go.
Aiden has joined us late in the interview box, and Aiden, I mean, you didn't start on pole, but you went through the war, and by the end you were winning by 20 seconds. So, domination. What does it feel like?
Feels pretty good. I was a little worried in the middle because I was making a lot of mistakes, and Will started catching me a little bit. And then he had that spin at the end of the race, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm chilling. And then just able to slow down a little bit, and then just get the win.
Just get the win. Well, you got the win practically in the first corner, didn't you?
Yeah.
In the first lap in the first corner. So you took the run on Will, as Will had mentioned. His race starts on standing starts haven't been very good. You took advantage of that. Do you share any of your secrets, or is that something that you find from when you coach and drive a 61 or something? I don't know. What happened?
No, I just got a good start with like a good reaction time, and then tried going around the outside of him, but he kind of like held it, and then he made the mistake in the hairpin.
And then from there, that was just a lonely race, mate, because I was saying before in the interviews, it was kerfuffling between everybody else behind you. That helped you just put your head down and clean air and just gun-ho and race your own race.
Yeah, pretty much.
We did capture you just towards the end there. We decided to put a camera on you a couple of times because we just thought sorry for you, because it's always the case, isn't it? The driver that's up the road and not getting, just having lonely races, all you need to do. How are you feeling going into the next race too as well, mate? Back off this high, Watkins Glen.
Oh, Watkins Glen. I'm not a fan of that track at all. But I'll do some testing, and hopefully I'll be as quick as Ethan, since he'll do that race also. And we'll just see, I guess.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Ethan, you've cut the gap to him pretty much down to nothing.
Actually?
Only 10 points, yeah, you're like 10 points back now.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So you'll have to bring it once in Glen, and after that, we're going to go all the way over to Belgium to Spa. And I know that track, so there you go.
I'm pretty good there, bro. In when the F4 series went there like 2 weeks ago, me and Ethan grinded that, and I always beat him. So hopefully I can get the championship lead there.
So you're gonna back up or bet the waffles per se in Belgium on that one for it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, congratulations! You did what you needed to do today, and you maximize the championship hope there. So take advantage, obviously, of the situations when drivers aren't in the races because of whatever reasons. We all have lives, of course. But yep, you do it, and you did it perfectly. Well, not perfectly, of course. You didn't get the poles, you didn't get the trifecta, but you did get the
Yeah.
fastest lap, and you did get the race win. That's hey. Okay, what?
Roasting, dude. He only missed by a 10th. Come on.
Only a 10th.
Hey, it's still a 10th. That's all it is to get the trifecta, but it doesn't matter. You didn't get paid for qualifying.
I know.
So, congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
And yeah, so now that is all of our gladiators, Biggles.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we are at the end of the race, I can finally say this. Follow all the sponsors that Biggles said. Driver 61. And what was the other one?
Grid Finder.
Grid Finder.
Yeah, you
Driver
sign up to that.
61.
You need to be on it.
See, Biggles, it actually works if you do both of them at the same time because you can learn how to drive from Driver 61, then go to Grid Finder, find a league that's your pace, and have some fun. And have some fun is exactly what we did tonight. And thank you, everyone who joined in to watch with us. This has been round 5 of the Apollo Racing Club's F4 iRacing series. We were just at Sebring, and we got a really good championship fight coming up. A couple really good tracks for these cars and just for racing in general. And I can't wait to see you there. I've been Secret, joined by Biggles, and goodbye.